The policy I chose to write about is Healthy Meals for Healthy Americans Act of 1994. I chose to write about this topic and legislation because, given my studies academically and my professional career, I see that there is an alarming number of children that are not healthy. Their nutrition fake is due primarily to the fact that their parents run out of food and or food stamps during the month, and children many times have little or nothing to eat. This is sad to see, but very much a part of reality. The program I work with through the Houston Food Bank was created to help combat some of this hunger within children. It also helps to fight obesity within children. The person within city government that I would like to present this policy brief is Councilman Larry V. Green. Councilman Green seems to have a genuine concern for the people in his district, and he has taken many measures to work with children and youth to focus on healthy eating, what it means to exercise, and educating the parents on how to make healthy meals that stretch and how to budget their food stamps for the month. A specific problem in this policy that I would like to address is the Homeless Children Nutrition Program. This part of the policy directly addresses food service programs for children under 6 that live in emergency shelters. My concern with this part of the policy is that if a child does not live in an emergency shelter environment, then they will still face hunger and unhealthy eating habits. There are churches and nonprofits that target those families that live on the streets, but for the most part, they are on their own. Options for the policy are to place funding sources in many different areas that support healthy meals and healthy Americans in every capacity. There has to be legislation that supports all facets of this policy. It encompasses eating in the schools, eating in homes, eating in the streets, and lack thereof. There have been so many amendments to this policy to address each part of the program. Because food is such an integral part of the way children succeed in school and in life, this policy and how it is handled must always be considered important and at the focus of funding and refunding. Legislatures have much discussion on healthy meals and the Healthy Americans Act. Depending upon where their districts divide, determine how they handle their thoughts on policies such as this one. A solution for this policy is for all entities to work together to make sure that the Healthy Meals for Healthy Americans Act of 1994 is carried out in the best possible manner, keeping children first, but not forgetting the adults that benefit from this program also. All forms of follow up and audits have to be in place to ensure that funds and programs are being operated on a fair and equitable basis. We want any program associated with ending unhealthy eating and hunger to have a level of success that influences the people they serve. If the bottom line to have healthy meals and healthy people in the world, we have to do what we can as a nation to make sure this happens. Public officials work on behalf of and for the best interest of the people. Therefore, they should vote on things that help the people, such as this policy. This policy proposal will decrease the number of children in households that live with little or no healthy food at night or on the weekends. It will also amend parts of the school law. The Texas legislature amendment amended the Child Nutrition Act of 1966 and the National School Lunch Act to extend certain authorities contained in such acts through the fiscal year of 1998. Texas can help to phase out undernutrition along with environmental factors associated with poverty, can permanently retard physical growth, brain development, and cognitive functioning of children. Funds should be made available for child nutrition programs to remove barriers to the participation of needy children in the school lunch program, school breakfast program, summer food service program for children, and the Child Adult Care Food Program under the National School Lunch Act and the Child Nutrition Act of 1966. The Secretary of Agriculture should take actions to further strengthen the efficiency of child nutrition programs by streamlining administrative requirements to reduce the administrative burden on participating schools and other meal providers. And as a part of efforts to continue to serve nutritious meals to youth in the United States and to educate the general public regarding health and nutrition issues, the Secretary of Agriculture should take actions to coordinate the nutrition education efforts of all nutrition programs. A new dimension was added to school food services with the enactment of the Child Nutrition Act of 1966. In its declaration of purpose in Section 2 of the Act, the Congress stated, in recognition of the demonstrated relationship between food and good nutrition and the capacity of children to develop and learn based on the years of cumulative successful experiences under the National School Lunch Program, with its significant contributions in the field of applied nutrition research, it is hereby declared to be the policy of Congress that these efforts shall be extended, expanded, and strengthened under the authority of the Secretary of Agriculture as a measure to safeguard the health and well being of the nation's children and to encourage the domestic consumption of agricultural and other foods by assisting states through grants and aid and other means to meet more effectively the nutritional needs of our children. Under the provisions of the Act, the Special Milk Program, which had been functioning since fiscal 1954 under a separate authorization, was extended to June 30th, 1970, and made a part of the Child Nutrition Act. Eligibility for the program included nonprofit schools of high school grade and under, and nonprofit nursery schools, child care centers, settlement houses, summer camps, and similar nonprofit institutions devoted to the care and training of children located in the 50 states and the District of Columbia.